Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo time trial where we're in an Aston Martin Vulcan. Yes, we're in the hypercar that Aston Martin have made. And we're at Interlagos if you haven't already seen right there. Racing soft tyres. I put the difficulty medium/hard because this thing has a lot of power and it likes to spin up those rear wheels. Gold estimate I put around a 128 too. I do feel like that lap time will come down over the next 2 weeks. So if you can get into the 127s, you're going to be pretty safe in my opinion. If you do enjoy this video, as always, do give it a like and do subscribe to the channel. Stay in touch with each and every time trial that Gran Turismo let out there, apart from the snow one. That's just recently happened. But get into that a different time. The Aston Martin Vulcan, now here we go. We cross the line. We head towards the 100 board. That is our first brake marker here. Now, we're actually going to brake just after the 100 board, okay? So it's going to disappear off the screen, then we're going to hit the brakes. What I want you to do here is drop to second gear. Now, some of you may struggle in second gear, and if you do, staying in a slightly higher gear just to avoid the wheel spin is absolutely fine. But second gear is better here. Now, I go around, I get straight, and then I full throttle, then I lift off. I've gone up to third gear, I lift off, and then I'm going around this corner. Notice I lift off a little bit there. The reason I lift off halfway through that corner is because of power oversteer. But the car will understeer if you short shift. So it's actually better to be in the lower gear and half accelerate. If you are struggling though, make sure you do go to fourth gear. For this corner then, at the end of the fence on the right, where it just opens up a little bit, is the perfect brake marker. It's just before the marshal box, which I've highlighted right there as well. So we're literally about to go on the brakes right now. Better to brake early for this corner than late. Drop to third gear, use all the curb on the inside. Gently go on the throttle then. Notice how I gently went all the way up to 100%. If you instantly go to 100, the wheels will spin and you'll go flying off. So just be careful of that. On the left-hand side, we have another marshal box. You're braking just before you get to that. You're going to drop to third gear, but in this corner, you will short shift. It's actually better to short shift on this particular corner. I will explain that. But first of all, brake before you get to that marshal box. You can see where it is here on chase cam. As we go into here, we want to click the first curb. We then accelerate a little bit in third gear, but you just go straight to fourth before you hit the second curb. And then we get onto the exit curb here. Now, the first tyre mark there is the perfect brake marker. As you know, I use the McDonald's tyre marks up in the distancer as a bit of a distance marker, and that's what I'm using. But when I was editing this, I noticed I'm braking literally at the edge of that tyre mark, so do that. Now, in terms of this corner, it's better to brake early, use all of the inside, accelerate as quick as you can out the corner in second gear. Being careful of wheel spin, make sure you're in a straight line when you are full throttle. And we go into the braking zone here, which is the start of the curb on the left-hand side. In this corner, you're going to want to keep it nice and tight, okay? Nice and tight. You're actually going to short shift in the middle of this corner as well on exits. There we go. We keep it nice and tight. We short shift to third gear, and we're looking for the dark green stuff on the inside of the curb. So when I start seeing that is when I'm going to start to accelerate. Now, if you do struggle with this car, you can delay your throttle a little bit until it gets closer to the edge of your screen. However, the earlier you accelerate out this corner, the more time you will gain. And you shouldn't have too much power oversteer. Obviously, if you accelerate really early, you'll have a little bit of power oversteer because you'll be up higher in that power band. For this corner, either the left-hand side or right-hand side, where the green is, or to start the curb on the right, is your brake marker. I was using to start the curb on the right-hand side as it hits the edge of my screen. Notice that it was very close to hitting the edge, so I'm just about to hit the brakes right now. You can see it's just gone on right there. Second gear, turn in, release the brakes, let the car turn itself first before you go on the accelerator, and then through this corner. Short shift to fourth gear if you are struggling on that corner. I stay in third to reduce that understeer, because obviously the wheels spin up, it just rotates that car a little bit more. The final corner, we use the cross in the barrier, in the catch fence on the right-hand side as my brake marker. It's just before it gets to the edge of my screen. I'm going to drop to second gear. Now, you don't have to drop to second gear for this one. You can do this in third gear. Second gear, you can get lots of power oversteer on exit. And, of course, I was trying to go for rank 1 at the time, which it indeed was. I think I've been overtaken now, though. And then I accelerate out the corner. Maximum revs in this car, keep it nice and tight and head towards that line where hopefully you'll get in the 27s and you can breathe a sigh of relief, because that will be a gold time. I see there 26.3. So we're going to jump to the pad lap now. So I did this on a pad, and we're going to go into turn 1, second gear. So we're going to accelerate when you go straight there, and then up to third gear, lift off, accelerate as we go into this left-hander. Now you can see that little bit of oversteer, but we did manage to catch it on the pad. That's one thing I do like about the pad. You can catch oversteer easier. So if you are struggling on a wheel, maybe try it on a pad. You may do a little bit better. So drop to third gear here as we go into this corner. I do this slightly wrong on the pad, if I'm brutally honest with you. Notice that I lose a tenth of a second straight away through there. You will also notice I'm doing longer sessions on this particular one. I think tyre temperatures are a bit of a concern here, in the fact that you will get a little bit more grip as the tyres warm up. That's what I feel like, at least as we go into this right-hander. I am doing a tyre temperature video this week, so do keep an eye out for that. It explains all the details, and this time trials come at the perfect time. So use dark green on the left-hand side as my acceleration marker. I'm going to head up towards this, and then we're looking for the curb on the right as we hit the brakes. Come off the brakes, let the car rotate a little bit. On second gear, we accelerate out of here as we get straight in towards the left. We lift off a little bit. Short shift to fourth gear because we're struggling a little bit on the pad here as we continue towards the final corner. Cross there on the right side in the catch fence. And we're trying to accelerate in second gear on the exit. Now, you can actually do that easier on the pad. As I say, you can catch slides easier on the pad. So if you can catch slides easier, you can actually control the car a little bit easier because it does like to spin up those rear wheels. We're going to go into a really fast lap now in terms of the chase cam. I'll try and explain it all as we go into this. So the 100 board is your first brake marker. Just after that, we hit the brakes and we're on ABS weak. So we turn in, we accelerate in a straight line in second gear, up to third gear, lift off as we go through here. Accelerate as we go to the left here, lift off a little bit, trying to maximize the power up to fourth gear as late as you can and continue on now towards the next corner. Excuse me. On the right side, as the fence opens up, we are going to hit the brakes just before the marshal box. Third gear, turn in, use the curb, start accelerating really early, really allow the weight to settle itself as we continue on through here then. We continue up towards this double apex right-hander, the marshal box. Just before we get to it, we're going to hit the brakes, drop to third gear, clip the first apex, out we go. Short shift to fourth gear, try and clip the second one there. Happy days over towards the left-hand side. The tire marks there, perfect markers for the brake. We turn in, use all the curb on the inside, accelerate, start the curb on the left, hit the brakes, turn in, let the car roll. Short shift to third gear, you see the dark green stuff. You accelerate out of that corner, heading towards us right. The start the curb on the right-hand side is our brake marker. Second gear, come off the brakes, let the car roll a little bit as it allows the car to turn. Accelerate out the corner in a straight line. Third gear, over towards the left-hand side. Slight lift there, up to fourth gear. We continue on round, looking for the cross in the catch fence. There it is. We hit the brakes, we turn in, we clip the curb, and we start accelerating out of here. We get on the throttle as early as we can. The quicker you get to 100% throttle and absolutely nuke out of there, the quicker this lap will be because it's all uphill. You need to get on the power very early, but of course that does bring the risk of spinning out. This is the 26.3. There's definitely 25 in there for the top aliens, so do expect that gold time to come down. I think it's on a 28.8 at the moment or something like that, but it will come down to around a 28.2, I reckon, at the very maximum. But who knows? There may be something I haven't discovered yet because I do get these out quite early once I can see I'm approaching my initial limit on the time trial. Now, if you have enjoyed this video and you've watched it all the way through, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, stay in touch with all the latest content. I do appreciate all the support. The time trial lap for my actual fast lap is available to download. You can compare it in the Coach Dave Academy Delta app, and you can check out all my partners down below, including GT Amiga as well, if you do want to use the affiliate links and support the channel. Previous time trial guide is there, and I hope to see you in another video live stream again very soon.